I've set goals and failed them so many times that for a while, I just stopped setting them altogether. If you've been there, this video is for you because the problem wasn't me. It was actually how I was setting goals. New year, new me. I'll start Monday. This is the week that everything changes. Yep, I've said all of those things multiple times, so many times. And then life happened, or my brain happened, or my health happened, or circumstances happened. Stuff happened, and then the goal disappeared. For a long time, I really thought that meant that I was someone who couldn't follow through. Well, at least that was the story I told myself for a long time, actually. But when I actually looked at how I was setting my goals, I realized that a lot of the time, the goals themselves were broken, not me. Problem number one. My goals were always way too big, way too vague, and sometimes not even realistic. Get healthy. Get my life together. Be more consistent. These are directions, not goals. There's no way to know if you're actually hitting them, which means there's no way to feel progress, which means motivation dies fast. The fix would be to make it specific and make the goal small enough to be undeniable. Not get healthy. Instead, drink water before my first coffee every morning this week. Not be more consistent, but instead do one thing from my list every day for 7 days. Okay, it's very specific. Make it specific. Make it time bound. Make it achievable from where you actually are right now. Okay. Problem 2. The goal assumed that I had a stable life. Most goal setting frameworks assume that you have consistent energy, consistent circumstances, and consistent mental health, as well as physical health. I don't always have any of those. It's very rarely that all of those align so perfectly that I'm just amazing, right? I'm amazing today because the universe is perfectly aligned, right? Yeah, that never happens for me. I am rarely aligned in that way. So I've learned to build flex into my goals. Make them flexible, A good week looks like X. A hard week, I'm just going to do Y. And that's it. Both count. Neither is failure. The goals are going to be there when you come back. Okay? The goals are going to be there. They're not going anywhere. Problem 3. There's no connection to why it actually matters. Not a motivational why, a real why. Why does the goal matter? What does it mean to you? Not, I want to be successful. How about instead, I want to be able to handle my own life without falling apart. Okay, now that's a specific goal. Not, I want to be healthy, which is very important. But instead, I want to feel like I'm taking care of myself the way that I deserve to be taken care of growing up and wasn't. That kind of why for me definitely sticks. Problem number 4, reviewing too rarely. A goal you set and never look at again is really probably just a wish. I review my goals weekly, not to beat myself up about it, but to stay connected to them, right? We need them fresh. 5 minutes. What did I do? What got in the way? What's one adjustment that I can make going forward? And problem 5, celebrating nothing. When you come from hard circumstances, you're often not wired to recognize your own wins. You want to start small. Notice when you did the thing, okay? Say it out loud. Write it down. Your brain needs that feedback loop to keep going. Goal setting, it's not just a personality trait. It's a skill that you learn. And like any skill, it gets better when you understand what challenges that you need to overcome. You haven't been failing at goals. You've just been using a system that wasn't actually built for your life. Let's build one that is. Subscribe to On Track with Jeff and drop one goal of yours in the comments. Just a small one. Let's make it real by saying it out loud. Put in the chat. See y'all.